H1Z1 is looking to add a subscription option to Battle Royale. Snail Games is reportedly working on Age of Wushu 2. All that and more, I'm Zach Sharps, and this is Free to Play Weekly. Those of you who participated in Skyforge's first closed beta and are looking forward to the next one got great news this week. My.com has announced the second closed beta will start on March 25th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time and run until April 8th. With the second closed beta date announced, the Allots team will be shipping out another batch of random beta invites to those registered on the game's website. But of course, if you don't want to leave it to chance, you can do what I did and purchase the $20 Founders Pack. Those looking forward to continuing their journey will not have to worry about a progression wipe going into the second closed beta, and new content will be unlocked for players to test. The new content includes 4 new classes, which are the Archer, Necromancer, Slayer, and Kinetic. All will be available. A new open world zone, new 8 vs 8 PvP mode, 5-man dungeon, additional squad adventures, and a new cube style instance will all be unlocked. Overall, after playing the first closed beta, I have came to the conclusion that Skyforge is very entertaining, but refinements in my opinion still need to be made to the game's combat to prevent it from being too floaty. However, it's beta, so anything can change. Last week on the show, I mentioned new content would be coming to the popular free-to-play title Warframe, and it appears the first of it is now live. In the new Sanctuary update, players can now play the new Chroma Warframe. A new form of PvP has been added, as well as new quests and weapons. To top it off, there is also a 8-person game mode that allows you to invite all your friends along for some Space Ninja action, and the Chroma Warframe is particularly interesting considering it changes its damage depending on its color, kinda like a deadly mood ring. Sanctuary is now live for all of us PC players, however, those of you on the PS4 and Xbox One will have to wait a little while, probably due to the approval process on each of those systems' marketplaces. However, what are you waiting for, Space Ninjas? Go into the action and slice them up. It seems like almost every week ArcheAge is in the news for something bad, almost like it's a TV drama that kills off a lot of loved characters or spoils major events on their Facebook page. This time around, Tryon Worlds try to hook players back who have quit the game by sending gift packages. Pretty normal, right? Well, considering it's Tryon and they haven't made the best of business decisions as of late, they accidentally trickled in newly released secrets packs to some and included Sinofin dolphins to others. Each of which a normal active player of ArcheAge would have to spend a good chunk of change in order to obtain, and once news broke of this, players took their rage to the forums and a flood of "I'm canceling my patron status" posts rolled in. A little while later, Tryon Worlds issued an official statement stated that they missed the mark and overestimated, and the bottom line being that they ran forward at full speed with the best intentions, and the packages were just plain too generous. What do you guys think? An overreaction by players or a justified one? I'm leaning more towards justified on this one. With H1Z1's early access beginning not too long ago, many players had flooded the game's alpha. In the alpha, you can play either the normal survivor mode or you can play the game's popular Battle Royale mode. Battle Royale is a game type much like Arma's Battle Royale mode, or you can think of it as the Hunger Games game type where a set number of players get put into an arena and the last one standing wins. Right now, in order to get into Battle Royale, you have to spend an event ticket, which is purchasable through the game's shop, but because of its popularity, Daybreak has stated that they wish to add a subscription option to the game type as well. This week, John Smedley posted the idea on his Twitter account, and because of it, Redditors took to the internet in revolt over this idea. Because of the increased feedback by players, Smedley took to Reddit to explain that they will hold off implementing this subscription option based on player concerns about the current level of quality available in Battle Royale. Overall, I feel as if a subscription option to the game's Battle Royale mode isn't a bad idea, considering you do need event tickets in order to get into it already, and this would make it theoretically cheaper, considering those who frequent it the most would end up saving money. But I feel as if Smedley is right, and they should wait until the quality matches more of a finished product than an alpha one. With that said, I'll leave it up to you guys. It's time for the question of the week. Last week on the show, I asked you guys to ask me questions related to the MMO industry, and the response was amazing. However, some of you guys had disabled replies on, so I wasn't able to get back to you, unfortunately. Regardless, I said I would choose one question, and I chose Real True Toniness's question, which was, I was wondering what the first MMO multiplayer experience you ever played was, and did you ever make friends online in a game world? In reply to that question, I stated, gotta love that PS2 era. As for your question, my first MMO multiplayer experience was Silk Road Online and Knight Online, although my computer at that time was barely able to run either of those two. After a while, I gave RuneScape a shot, and that's what hooked me into the MMO genre. Then I tried out World of Warcraft, and I was hooked even further in. Once I played World of Warcraft, I gave older MMOs a shot to culture myself and see what I missed prior to my earliest experiences. In regards to if I ever made any friends within gaming, I stated that gaming has been one of my greatest outlets. I feel as if I made friends I couldn't have made without the internet, a fascinating invention that allows us to communicate with all parts of the world and meet people we probably would not meet without it. I've met a couple of them in person as well, each of which were just as awesome as they were online, and all in all, plugging in the Windows 98 computer that my dad stated was dead was one of the greatest things I have ever done. It was the beginning to PC gaming and the start to where I am today. Fantastic question, man, and if you want your answer possibly featured in next week's episode, make sure to leave your comment down below. This week's question is, with a sub option being included later down the line for H1Z1's Battle Royale game type, do you feel certain game types should be locked only to those who pay, or should the full game always be available to everyone regardless of the situation? Make sure to leave your thoughts down below in the comment section as always, and I'm looking forward to hearing all your guys' responses. Snail Games, the developers behind Age of Wushu, was featured in a rumor that they have already begun working on a sequel to their hit martial arts MMORPG. Considering Age of Wushu has accounted for nearly 4/5 of the company's revenue during the first 9 months of 2014, it does make sense they're trying to push the game's universe even further with a sequel. In any case, this is just a rumor, and we've not had any clarification from Snail, but if they are already in the works of a new Age of Wushu, it probably will be several years before we see anything from it. Still pretty interesting nonetheless. Our last bit of news this week is that Perfect World has been hit with layoffs. Last week I discussed that Neverwinter's Elemental Evil module was delayed, and it appears that this may have been the influence to why that was the case. It seems as if 18 people at Cryptic Studios were laid off, while City Heroes lead designer Matt Miller was also among those let go. Considering Perfect World is working on another top secret project which hasn't been affected by the layoffs, it is strange they let go so many people. Despite the reportedly somber feel around the office, the show must go on, and if anything else comes from these layoffs, I will let you know. Well guys, that does it for the news this week, and you know what doesn't have a somber feeling? Giveaways. Yes, this week we brought you guys more giveaways, so head on over to our giveaways page and get your free stuff. Also, to always get your free stuff, bookmark that page and check back frequently because we're always trying for more giveaways for you all. As for myself, my name is Zach Sharp, signing off until next week's Free to Play Weekly. I'll catch you guys next time.